Hello, everybody. This is an interview I did with Mick Mars on July 22nd, 1985. Pretty interesting conversation. Hope you like it. Thank you.
Quite on the set.
What was Japan like?
Japan was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the kids there are like so. How do you call it? Enthusiastic because they got God at the airport and everything else. When we came in and when we left, it was crazy. Every night in the lobby, there was like at least 100 to 150 kids in there. Like sitting down, and hotel people would go, "We'll never have a rock band stay here again." Okay. I mean, in America, it's like that's real mild-mannered because the kids would sit there and they'd be like real nice. In America, they trash everything.
Had you been there before?
And that's the first time.
First time.
Wow. Yeah. It was great.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was just the right time to go.
The right time for us. They've been wanting this over there for quite a while. Every show was sold out.
Was it really?
Yeah.
How many shows did you play?
We played 6 shows in like 10 days.
Did you take the whole production over?
No.
What did you leave behind?
Our whole stage that we have here, you know, we had them build, you know, our stage over there. It's just like production costs and everything else was a lot cheaper to have them just build something there instead of shipping all of our stuff over.
When you were putting the record together, were you thinking about how it might be staged? I mean, was it like a whole concept behind the whole theater idea?
Pretty much of what we do is pretty much planned out. A lot of it's spontaneous. You know, we sit around and we think about a concept and we think about how we can tie in a stage show with it and everything else. But then there's a lot of other things that just like happen that, you know, that just goes right along with the flow of it. That just happens.
How do the songs tend to come about? I mean, is it guys working on their own and bringing in tunes, or?
I'll tell you, "Fight for Your Rights" came about is a song that Nikki and I was working on in Germany, and then it was just like one little part. We couldn't think of anything else to do with it. And then one day at sound check, I was just sitting around and goofing around, just like getting a tone on my guitar, and I came up with a riff and I fit it all together.
Really?
I went home and got real drunk and fit it all together, and it worked. And that's like just one. Home Sweet Home came about like maybe 3 years ago. Tommy was sitting goofing around on the piano, and he came up with that piano lick that's in there. And then it's like just wrote the song around that.
So I mean, ballads are something the band's always wanted to do.
Well, we did a ballad on the first album, which was what was the name of it? Merry-Go-Round on the very first album. And you know, so it's like ballads. I don't mind, you know, playing ballads because I can do a lot of guitar work in those things. But not to say that we're anti-ballad because we do ballads, so I don't know.
But I mean, the way that people may see Motley Crue doing ballads, and you know, there's an audience that
I think they might expect us to do it.
Really?
Because we did do home Merry-Go-Round. I'm a space cadet.
My sessions are really.
So there's piano. Is that? I mean, have you used much piano before in records?
No, we have used keyboards like for fillers, but it's been real subtle. This time it's because you know, a larger budget. We can go out and we can buy the keyboards that we need and stuff because Nikki and Tommy know how to play keyboards. So it's just like we can make them more predominant now because we can use them on stage too.
So what are the keyboards we'll be using on stage?
Nikki's using some Taurus pedals. I don't know the name of the one synthesizer he has.
DX7? Yamaha?
No, I think it's a Roland.
A Roland.
And Tommy's using the Yamaha electric band. So we got to use this time.
And you're using Kramer's,
Right,
obviously.
exclusively.
Yeah. So I mean, what had you been using?
Oh, anything from Les Pauls to Strats to Hamer. And
Yeah, Hammers. That's what you used to use.
huh?
Hammers are the one I remember using.
Yeah.
Hammer guitars.
They built me one that was really nice, but then after that it kind of went like downhill. And I don't like to talk badly about anybody, but they did tend to go like down.
Really?
That's why I never like signed any kind of endorsement with them. I was like being a freelance, so I could use what I want.
I see. So what was it about Kramer that interested you?
I used 3 or 4 different guitars on Theater of Pain, and I'm not going to mention any names at all. And none of them would stay in tune. None of them would do anything that I wanted them to do. So I had Tim go out, that's the bass tech, Nikki's bass tech, go out and pick me up a Kramer from the Guitar Center. And I liked it so much, and just the tone on it and everything, the way it played, the action, everything was perfect, what I've been looking for. Stayed in tune, I could do anything with it, it was perfect. So that's when I started going with them.
So what's that one that you're using now?
That's a Beretta.
Beretta. And you were talking about the pickups that you were having some problems.
On the custom one they built me, Kramer, the one with the the faces that I used to do. They had a new Seymour Duncan pickup in. I guess it's like a prototype or something. And the trouble with that one was it was like too high-endish. It would like squeal and feed back like at anything. So I had it potted, and it still didn't like cut it off. That high thing. So I just changed the pickups with another Kramer that I have.
What kind of pickup is that now?
I think it's just a stock Kramer pickup. Sheller. Yeah.
And you like the Floyd Rose?
Yeah, I like Floyd Rose. I like Kahlers a lot too, though. And I like them both pretty much. There's different things about both that I like, about each other. Like I like the Kahler because you can come up on the whammy.
Right.
And I like the Floyd because it tends to stay more in tune than the Kahler does.
I mean, I was trying to play the guitar. It's very stiff.
The Kahler.
How you play
it? The Kahler is really light. I'm still getting used to the Floyd.
Are those the normal gauge strings you use on there also?
Yes.
Those you use? They seem very light.
They are. Well, I also detune too. I tune a full step down.
You do?
Yeah. It makes it bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. What gauges do you use?
Let me see. It's been a long time since I strung on my guitar. I believe it's a 10, a 12, 17, 26, 32 and 42, something like that.
Sounds right.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think tuning down this, because that set really isn't that light, but I think tuning down like that makes them real.
Because I used to use Gibson 740 XLs, which was a 9 on the top, and then when I started tuning a step down, the strings were too rubbery. When you hit it like a chord, it would be out of tune.
Right.
So.
Who makes these strings?
Ernie Ball.
Ernie Ball. Is that Dunlap pick that you use? That you use?
No, I use Hercos.
Oh, that was your pick.
Well, it's his.
That is a good pick.
I mean, is that what happens to you? Does it tend to get bent like that, like kind of curving around your finger?
I bend them like that.
You do, consciously.
I take them like when they're brand new and bend them
I
around.
go around the house and bend them straight.
Seriously?
Great.
Yeah, because they fit better, and it's like when you start fanning and stuff, and you can do like how you do like a chime, you hit with your pick, but you chime it off your thumb. It works a lot better when it's curved.
Kind of bent. And you do a lot of that on that.
Yeah, right.
So you didn't have this guitar then for the album?
The which
The
Theater of Pain.
the Theater of Pain guitar? No,
No,
no, I had the black Beretta.
you did.
Yeah,
That's on the
one
video.
Yeah, I called up the Guitar Center, and
Dave.
they wanted to charge me $850 for it, and I said, hey, wait a minute, I'll give you $600 for it. And they go, well, $650 for the case, and I said, look, I'll give you $600 for it, or I'll call up Kramer and I'll get it for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, we should have called me.
Well, I didn't even know if that was going to work, you know, because I never talked to Kramer before.
Little power play.
That's how I had to do it.
Yeah.
But it worked.
Yeah.
So is this the guitar that you mainly use for the road?
I got when Kramer found out that I liked her guitar so much, and with Rudy and everything, they gave me a couple other guitars, a white Beretta and a candy apple red one, and the white one has turned out to be my favorite one.
Really?
And the springs on the Floyd is a lot easier, and the neck is pretty much the same as the others, but just the weight of the body and the way that it is and everything sounds a little, it's a little different than the other guitars I have. My black one is a little deeper tone, they're more richer, and the white one is more bright, more like, you know, brassier sounding.
You play any? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The Comedy Tragedy one, the Theater of Pain guy, I haven't tried now, only on my little amp at home, and it's like everything sounds the same on a real distorted amp. So.
You mentioned you use Marshalls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I use. Let's see, how many do I use? I got 4 Marshall stacks, but I only use one head, one stack, and the rest I have through other amps, you know, so I can be like monitors all over the stage.
I see.
Can you bring me a side order of teriyaki sauce?
First leg of the tour is Y&T,
Hmm.
and then we have Loudness.
Oh, good. You know any of those guys from previous?
I know the
Dave?
lead singer in Loudness. Well, Y&T is just like, we've been playing with those guys. Our very first gig as Motley Crue was opening up
Right.
for Y&T.
Was that Starwood?
Yeah.
Small potatoes, just dig in.
It was so crazy because the things changed so much. It's not opening for us. But Leonard, that guy is an animal. The drummer.
Yeah, I just did something with Dave, and he said that, like, you know, you guys used to come down and watch these guys, and you generally watch them and stuff.
Right. Man, so different. I remember one time we played at the Concord Pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
Did they tell you about that?
No.
We had these little smoke bombs that we'd set off, and they were like red. And Y&T was headlining, and we were opening. And who's that? Randy Hendrix impersonator guy. Randy Hansen, yeah. We're all there. Anyway, to make a long story short, they said that we couldn't use the smoke there or we'd be fined $1,000. We did it anyway. Because it was like, you know, it was part of a show, and we were like trying to be, you know, bigger than life.
Right.
So it's
Worth $1,000.
Right.
In fact.
right.
They really find you?
Yeah. It was fun. Y&T got a little pissed off at us, but you know, it's, you know.
Did you play any shows with Van Halen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In Europe, the Monsters of Rock. All those.
Was that in Stockholm?
Yeah, there was us and Van Halen and AC/DC, and some of the ones had us and Accept and Gary Moore and Ronnie Dio and Ozzy Osbourne and Van Halen and AC/DC was headlining the whole time.
You never played any like Starwood gigs with Van Halen?
Starwood, no. No.
Fine.
That's still when I was a gutter guy.
Right.
When Van Halen was at the Starwood, yeah.
They were out there quite a bit before Motley Crue was starting to play, right?
Yeah. I was in a band called White Horse when Van Halen was around.
White Horse?
Yeah. My band White Horse played with Van Halen a few times.
Really?
In the beginning.
In the beginning?
Yeah. Like, at good Lord, Gazzari's.
Really?
As far back as him.
Do you remember watching Ed at all? I mean, did he?
Oh, yeah.
He was.
That guy has always been shredding. He's always been great. And I sat there and my mouth falls open and I go, God damn.
Even back then, you could see, you could sense that.
Right. As me and my drummer and my old band were real tight. And we'd always travel together. Just like we played at the Golden West Ballroom. We go, well, who are we playing with? We don't know. We go in there and pull up. Van Halen was getting a sound check. We look at each other and just go like, Van Halen, and they're kicking ass. We knew they were going to do it.
Really?
That was like, wow. A long time ago.
What was Ed like in those days?
Ed's been pretty much, the same as he's always been. He's like, friendly guy. It's like when the first Monsters of Rock we played in Castle Donington, and I saw Edward walking back to his dressing room. I said, "Hey, Edward." He looks at me and I goes, "Remember me? I was from White Horse." And he goes, "Oh yeah, what are you doing here?" And he remembered,
Yeah,
And I said, "I'm the guitar player in Motley Crue." And he goes, "No shit," So it's like pretty neat.
Did you ever have a chance to actually play with them or jam or anything?
You mean sit down and play with him?
Yeah.
No way, man. That guy would smoke me in the weed, so I'm not even going to attempt it.
I'm surprised Rudy hadn't arranged that.
No, I don't think that would be too scary for me. I mean, that guy is too incredible.
I'll tell you something funny though. He's usually pretty shy. I mean, when we did the Kramer session, you got that shit all in your hair now.
I don't know.
Need to help him out. When we were done with the session, Rudy came by when we were shooting.
Right.
And I was going to come by anyway to see you, but then Rudy said, "Hey, Dennis, the president of Kramer, you're all invited." Rudy invited everybody. And I didn't think Ed was going to go. And obviously he came.
Right.
I thought that was...
Yeah.
Because usually he doesn't do stuff like that, so he feels real good about you guys. He must.
Yeah.
Some camaraderie, because otherwise he would just go back home. I mean, I'd
like Edward a lot. He's a great guy.
Do you think that Van Halen was any kind of an influence musically on what Motley Crue did, or?
No, I don't think so, because I knew Van Halen for like such a long time, and if it's like, if this band was like starting to fall into the category of being a copy Van Halen, I wouldn't like play with them because it's been done. I mean, we're a three-piece like Van Halen, and that kind of stuff. But it's still like, not the same.
You were talking about the Marshalls.
Yeah.
What do you take? I use a one head.
Another
Yeah.
Is it like slave amp? Is that what you use?
Yeah. And for, like for monitors, because it doesn't like interfere with like vocals and stuff like that. It just makes it a lot easier.
You use Marshalls in the studio?
Yes, exclusively. Well, no, wait a minute. I use Marshalls and I use Gallion Kruger in the studio. I get this huge sound for being like about this big.
Really?
the little 5-inch speakers. You know the one I'm talking about? Little teeny tiny thing. It has like a stereo chorus in it and everything else.
Almost like a Rockman type of thing.
No, it's
Well, it's
like
like,
a
Well, I mean, I
cube.
know it doesn't look like it, but that's the Rockman
I think it means like
concept.
that. Yeah, the stereo chorus thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that real honky sound that I got on the slides, like on the album, like on City Boy Blues. That real hollow honky sound. It's like the Galleon Kruger. Tied in with the Marshall. The Marshall was more the dirt, but in the back, and the Galleon was more pronounced.
You spend a lot of time trying to get guitar sounds?
I spent a lot of time trying to get different kinds of tones. Because I had gone in there and had like a regular slide guitar tone by just like sticking a mic in a room with a Marshall. But, you know, I wanted something different. You know, it's different, all right.
What about your solos? I mean, are they thought out? Do you
Yes.
work on them?
I didn't have like about half of the solos written. Fight for Your Right solo wasn't written until I went into the studio. Raise Your Hands to Rock. Save Our Souls. That one wasn't written until I went into the studio and like goofed around. The hardest one for me to write though was for Raise Your Hands to Rock, because that's more like a Bad Company feel to it. And I didn't know what the heck to do on that thing, so I just went in and got shit-faced molded on Beaujolais wine. I came up with that.
And it just happened?
Yeah, it took me like I went in for about at least 2 or maybe 3 days trying to write a solo for that song, and I just like couldn't fucking think of nothing. So I just went, powered down some wine, and all of a sudden it's just like that night about 10 or 11 at night, and then that's when the solo came up.
Do you know when you've played a solo, when it's finally happening? Can you tell? Can you feel it?
A lot of times working with Tom Worman, it's like I'm sitting and I'm playing this lick and everything else, and it's all done and everything else. And I go, I can do that better. And Tom goes, are you crazy? Listen to this back. And so I listened to it back, and it sounds great. And it didn't sound the way that I heard it when I heard it when I was playing.
Thank you.
So he helped in that way?
Yeah.
Did he suggest different things to try in terms of guitar sounds and different mics? And
Yeah. Between him and Dwayne Barron, the engineer, was they came up with some good combinations of stuff. Because I didn't want to sound like, the typical thing again. So it's that between those two guys and me bitching about everything, came up with some different sounding things.
So you do tend to overdub the guitar solos?
Yeah. I always lay down the rhythm parts first. And then, you lay the solos over the top, of course. And then, let me see, what's Home Sweet Home. That Queen sounding guitar, right at the beginning, those chime things, I did that one string at a time, overdubbing.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it was like, the way that I wanted it was like, I had my Marshall stack out here, just a single Marshall stack, but cranked up loud and really distorted, dirty, filthy, and just did one string at a time to make it like, so you could distinguish each note. But it was still like filthy enough to like.
Working with Worman?
I love Tom. He's great. I think he's like a really brilliant man.
He just did a band that I did, that Boy Meets Girl for A&M, which is on the opposite side of the world.
Right.
What the crew does.
Well, sometimes a producer can be good for one band and not for another. And as far as I can see, he's really good for Motley. I don't think that he was like, I didn't hear anything brilliant on any of the twist ones that he did, Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
I didn't really hear anything there. He did do a band a few years ago called Mother's Finest that was just like outrageous.
Oh,
And I was just, like there's certain chemistries between people that work and some that don't.
Dwayne Barron works a lot with the drums.
Dwayne Barron is an incredible person. We heard like a lot of things about him, like, oh, Dwayne's real good with the drums, but then he forgets about the guitar. And this and that, and it's like, that's totally wrong. Because he worked with me as much as he did with Tommy on my tones and stuff. The guitar is just a little bit easier to do because it's one instrument as opposed to like 900,000 drums and cymbals. And
dealing with electronics as opposed to something that's basically acoustic and sounds. So you're happy, you're satisfied with what you did on the record in terms of your playing and sounds? And
yeah, because it gives me room to grow on the next album. And hopefully I won't like overstep my bounds again, so I can like grow for the next and the next. Because that's the way I like to think. Because my guitar playing between this one on Shout is like night and day, and the next album will be the same.
I just think the whole scope of the type of music that you do is expanding. I think it's just kind of, it's been a little too narrow in terms of the type of guitar sounds that you could expect from, these types of bands, the type of music and songs. I think that, with radio changing and videos and the whole thing, I think it's got to reach out a little more.
Yeah. Well, it's like what we're doing is like it's more leaning towards the more hard rock blues influenced, and it's like, give me a blues song, I'll play the shit out of it, because that's what I was really weaned on. Is like, Michael Bloomfield, and like old Jeff Beck stuff. All those, those were my like heroes.
you guys have a lot in common.
Beck was my favorite.
Yeah,
People get ready.
I met that guy the other day.
Beck?
Yes.
Really?
At the
The
studio.
other day?
Well, it was like when we was doing an album. It's like the other day is like last month to me. But I just like went into the, what the game room is.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat there and here comes Jeff Beck, and he looks at me and he goes, "Oh, hi Mick." And he goes, "Last night I borrowed your picks, but tonight my fingers aren't working. Can I borrow your fingers?" And when I first met him, yes. And I went going, I didn't know what to say to the guy. Here, take this. Take my whole arm.
Where was this?
At the record plant. That guy just, man.
We heard his new record?
Yes.
The album?
I haven't heard all of it. I did hear all of it, but nothing stick out like, like the Rod. People Get Ready one.
That's outrageous, isn't it?
Best song on the album, I think.
It reminds me of the Truth days. And Beck Ola and stuff. Beck Ola was alright, but
Truth is the one.
Truth was the one, yeah.
That's what we used in that Kramer ad, the Truth album.
That's a great one. I'm gonna have to remind me to buy that today.
What?
Jeff Beck Truth.
Copy's worn out, huh?
I haven't had it in a while.
When you get take two.
He was such a young guy when he did that, too. I mean, he was only like 21 or something, 22.
He just makes me mad. The Yardbirds, when he was like great, doing over, under, sideways, down, and all those. I was going like.
Do you like Beck cover tunes and like your bands or anything?
Yeah, I always wanted to redo Heart Full of Soul, and it's like maybe if I like do a solo album, I'll do that, or like Over, Under, Sideways, Down was like a good one. Happenings 10 years time ago, that was a good one. Yeah, all those ones, but like modernized a little bit. So it's, God,
Yeah. Gary Moore did a good job on Shapes of Things.
Gary Moore is another madman. God.
Yeah.
All those guys, man. God.
Yeah. That's where it all came from.
I'll sit there and do my one-noters. Not just kidding.
Who selects the cover tunes? The whole band agrees, or somebody brings it in?
Well, strangely enough, Vince picked out "Smoking in the Boys' Room," and we did "Smoking in the Boys' Room" when we were first together, and stunk. We went, "This reeks," so we dropped it, and that was even before we did "Too Fast for Love," and so this time.
Yeah.
I go, do you want to do a cover tune? I don't know if I want to do a cover tune. Let's try "Smoking the Boys' Room." I go, God, we tried it already. Tried it again, it smoked.
It's so apropos, and the video works well.
Right. So it's like the time was right to do it now, but it wasn't then, so obviously, because...
You mentioned a solo record. Is something you're thinking about?
It's something I've always thought about. You know, I eventually want to do one. I'm sure that, like, everybody in the band wants to do a solo album. It won't be like, well, it'll be a Mick Mars solo album, but I'd probably have Tommy, like, playing on over half the songs because he's such a good drummer. You know?
Yeah.
Have some guests in, I'll put a rhythm track down and say, Edward, when I play leads, and then I'd leave. Let him play. Now would be the hit.
Yeah, probably.
No,
Jeff, what are you doing?
Yeah, really. Jeff?
Yeah. So you leave Sunday,
Yeah, for Glen Falls.
Glen Falls?
We're doing like some of the smaller places, like 7,000 to 8,000 seaters. You know, for the first like 4 or 5 gigs.
Right.
You know, to get all the production and stuff like worked in. Great, get the rust off of it.
Falls.
Then we're doing Madison Square Garden, 14th. 10 days later, the Forum sold out.
Is it really?
I'm telling
About
you, Mick, you got the world by the balls right now. The plane has just left the runway. You guys have nowhere to go but higher.
That's my birthday. To the Forum.
Yeah?
24th.
You're coming down. Okay. Good, we'll get you nice and rotted.
Rotted. So I was going to think, say, Glen Falls is the only one who's rotted. But I forgot the expression. Rotted, I like that.
Rotted, molded.
Molded, that's what I wanted to say.
And you should have seen Nicky last night. He was hideous. That's another one. It's like hideously rotted.
Right. Power down. That's Rudy's thing, too. He
Yeah.
does have power down.
Powering.
Stay rude.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like working with Rudy?
I like Rudy a lot. He's great. Real easy.
Yeah.
It's like when I sit and I turn around to say something to him, he's already got it done. You know?
That's what he always used to tell him about Ed. He said, I always knew what kind of drink Ed wanted that night. You know, if he wanted his beer, he wanted his vodka. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, you guys compliment each other too, because Rudy had a lot of big offers.
Wow. That's just,
Prince.
yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He said something about that.
Gotta give Rudy a little plug here,
Rudy's my hero.
So how long will you be out on the road?
5 months in the United States. And, that isn't like solid though. You have like 4 days off here or a week off here. And you come back and you kick back.
Mick didn't like his food. Can we,
You didn't like this?
No, I liked it fine. I just wasn't very hungry. But I
You
didn't
want to
want
take
to
it
be...
with you? Sure.
heck yeah.
Sure.
We're among friends. You can get done.
You can eat it. Yeah. So 5 months here, then
Huh? Yeah, it tastes fine. What?
Europe. What are you doing?
Yes, we're doing Europe after that. And then we're doing Rio and Hawaii, and then probably back to Japan again. And then back here, another new album, and new stage setting, new production, new show, new everything. Get ready, let's bail. Yeah, new sunglasses. These I'm donating to Rudy. I'm gonna go out and buy me some new ones today.
Yeah. Okay, great.